Alicia is here.
Hey guys.
Hey Cheffies, thanks for tuning in. This is my homegirl, Alicia Gooding.
Oh wait, there are other Cheffies tuned in. Are they listening too?
I don't know. Cheffies, you guys are new. So I don't really know if I can suggest your cooking culinary expertise just yet. But Alicia is a top ranking publicist. Do you kind of manage A&R?
Yeah. I've done a few things in the entertainment realm.
And you may or may not have watched the TV show Hustle in Brooklyn on BET. This is Alicia.
I'm the only reason to watch.
She was pretty spicy the first season, I must say. I was tuned in and entertained by her.
You know I like spice.
There was a little bit more spice that was on the show than what I've seen as her friend. Because she's usually in super work mode, and so the spice is her clients, and so she's usually like work. And you know, this was another side, so I learned a lot about Alicia and Alicia's spiciness on Hustle in Brooklyn. So, how long ago did you start in the publicity public? What does a publicist do? How long ago did you start being one, and what do they really do?
Well, honestly, when it comes to how long I did publicity, for me, I honestly fell into it.
Okay.
I never imagined myself to be a publicist.
Okay.
I remember when I used to look down on publicists. I used to think that publicists were just like the girls that like walked on the red carpet and acted like their job was more important than it was. I'm just gonna be honest.
Right.
I never knew what a publicist was.
Okay. So what is a publicist?
A publicist
Not
is
somebody that just runs you on the
No,
That's only a little
definitely not.
tiny little, and that running on the red carpet
It's
is
serious.
full duty. Like you gotta know what you're doing to get the shot, to get the interviews,
to even get on the
pictures,
carpet.
to get on the carpet.
So what a publicist does, in layman's terms, is they create the narrative, whether it's for an individual, for a brand, for a talent. They basically shape the story and they relate you to the media that you're relevant to.
So they create
your story,
your public image.
Your public image. So basically, they connect you with blogs. They might connect you with magazines.
Brands.
You might need to be connected to like TV and media platforms based on what you're trying to put out there. So your publicist is supposed to connect you with these things and make sure that you ultimately stay relevant within the media space.
So your publicist, you pretty much base like your career footing on your publicist connections, or how does that work?
So it's a little
right here. So pretty.
Yes. I'm gonna have a little drink right now. It's really beautiful.
This is a pineapple ginger mocktail that I have. And what was this?
Something good that you told me.
Something bomb. They got a little pineapple garnish.
I can't pronounce the name, so I don't even want to try.
Okay.
We might just have to list it like with a little title.
Seems fair. So,
cheers.
Cheers. She's about to jet off at the end of dinner and fly back. Where are you flying to?
New York.
Back to New York. Okay. Health, wealth, prosperity, and stronger friendship, and way better business for 2019.
Yes, always. So to get back to your question about who do you base your relationships on, honestly, for anyone that is a brand.
Right.
So first off, when I say brand, that doesn't mean just clothes, like store, like a brand. A brand is how you see yourself. If you're someone that's trying to sell something, anything, you go from being an individual to becoming a brand. So
how you're bought.
How you're bought, how people buy you,
sold.
how you are marketed. That only a brand can be marketed. You're not selling yourself.
Right.
It's not prostitution. You're trying to sell a part of yourself.
It might
that
kind of
works.
be a little bit of prostitution.
So
some of y'all sell your souls.
I feel like the best unions are the people who are the most successful. You notice that they have a couple of different ingredients in the pot. They have
like what?
A great manager is someone that's going to kind of help you shape your brand. sometimes people want to jump into PR and they don't even have a story to tell. So your manager helps you kind of find your lane. They help you find additional opportunities. So your manager's biggest goal is to help you with the money side of things.
And stay on track.
I've
always kind of looked at managers
babysitters
as being exactly.
A manager could be a glorified babysitter, but
it's
become
hard.
a babysitter.
It is hard to babysit tyrant, crazy
adults. So
Hello?
one is a great manager.
Hello, it's very hard to wrangle the crazy.
Two, your publicist is the very next thing. Your publicist and your manager are going to work hand in hand together to get it done. So your manager's going to have goals and they're going to put you certain places, and it's your publicist's job to be like, what is the story around this? If my chef is on a new show, what platforms can I put her on now that this manager has set her up? What are other opportunities I can integrate her into to create a bigger story, to create a bigger message? So your publicist is vital, and they can only do a greater job as the content you give them. I tell all my clients that. If you have nothing going on, your PR is gonna suck.
Who wants to tune into nothing?
Who wants to tune into fluff? After a certain amount of time, you have to have real things going on for people to tune into.
And not that fake made-up reality stuff. Because reality TV is scripted reality-ish, right? Because they know how to play and manipulate off of strengths and weaknesses. There's a lot of psychology games. And then there's a lot of cut and edit. You probably shot a scene 20 times before you get 2 minutes. And the people on the other side don't get to see that. There's a lot of part of the show business that you don't see because it's not part of the show. And it wouldn't sell it, right?
And even when it comes to that, like now if you want to just talk about specifically reality TV, that's why you notice like a lot of people, characters, actors, whatever you want to call them, that are on reality TV shows, you notice a lot of them don't last outside of that show because they haven't become a brand of their own. They have gotten contracted to be a part of a TV network or TV reality series, which is a brand, but they don't figure out how to brand themselves. Which is why a publicist cannot have that many narratives. Because at the end of the day, you can't promote. Where are you going to promote fighting?
Right.
You understand? Where are you going to promote some of these things?
Brands don't even want to work with you.
Exactly. Now, when it came to my show, some of the great things I was able to do is you were able to see me have a girl talk with Mena, and then my team was able to do PR about relationships between clients, women working together like it's real things.
Right.
Because I was trying to brand myself. I produced an event for Kenneth Fareed, a player in the NBA. At that point, no one had even known that I knew anyone outside of really artists.
Right.
So it was a great way for me to brand myself and start the story of, oh, what else does she do? What other services can she offer? And then we ended the season with me signing Chinese Kitty.
Right.
For you to see, I might not have made it with one artist, but now I got someone way bigger that understands my work. What is this?
That's the Jourdan.
Yeah.
See, why does healthy stuff always have to look so good?
Because it's not that healthy. It has cheese and cream and all this other stuff. And this is the grilled
Yes, ma'am. Calamari.
calamari.
Now, I've never been here before, but this looks amazing.
And then these are the lamb meatballs.
I'll be right over with some cherry smooths as well for y'all.
Okay, thank you. So, I love actually making lamb meatballs. Lamb meatballs are one of my all-time favorite things to eat, things to make. But I do mine with a penne pasta, and I do a peak sauce with it. It's so good. And sometimes I just do a white sauce, but I never really do bread. I like to do bread with different forms of lamb, not the meatballs. And whenever I see calamari, I have to get it just to test it out. So anytime I see calamari,
This looks
I gotta
really
taste
fresh.
it.
It doesn't look frozen.
No, never frozen. I would never go anywhere that would serve me frozen anything.
Well, you have to educate people about that because the other day, I was on Twitter and I was talking about the difference between wild caught and farm raised.
Farm raised is like not real.
Yeah, and people were asking me, what does that mean?
Right.
So I feel like you need to I don't know if you've spoken about that already, but when it comes to seafood especially,
well, and tilapia is like the worst form of fish. It's not a fish. But yeah, so this is a kale gratin, and I got this because cheese. Hello.
I love cheese.
Hello, and I really don't eat potatoes anymore, so
What you like today?
Potatoes. Because I work out so much. Why can't I indulge?
I know we see the body.
See the body.
See the body or whatever.
We see the body. So okay. So what I was gonna say is you actually work with other people that are not reality stars.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
can you talk to me about a few of them?
So, one of the people.
You have anything for this? No? Okay.
So yeah, someone that I work with that came to me like in not the craziest way is Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
And I feel like for everyone, like everyone has a Busta Rhymes moment. Either the first time you heard one of his songs, the first time you like bit your tongue trying to spit his lyrics, or like when Past the Cabassier came out, that video was just hilarious. But I'm not gonna lie, the first time I had Busta Rhymes on my phone, I did not expect it.
Right.
Now, just to explain to you guys.
Thank you.
I own an agency. Called Code, and we specialize
You
in
own what now?
an agency
So
called
you own
Code.
a business.
And
Okay.
we specialize in brand management, marketing, publicity, and A&R work. And something that's under the marketing field, people just think marketing is such a big field.
Right.
There's event marketing, there's guerrilla marketing. So wait, event marketing is producing events.
Right.
Guerrilla marketing is when you take it to the streets and try to figure out how do I get in touch with the
pulse of the
consumer.
street,
The
yeah.
consumer, not the influencer, the consumer. There's influencer marketing. And there's social media marketing. So I got a call from Shaheem Reed. And Shaheem Reed is like a legendary hip hop journalist.
Get your Google.
He's done a lot of like big stories on a lot of hip hop artists we know now and some that were super relevant in the 90s. One of the artists that really propelled Shaheem Reed is Rick Ross. He featured Shaheem Reed on God Forgives I Don't, and he actually did all of the skits, like the person speaking all throughout God Forgives I Don't was Sean.
Okay.
So Shaheem Reed calls me and he goes, Alicia, you work with that Fat Boy kid, right? Fat Boy SSE.
Okay.
He's like,
he's a comedian.
He's a comedian, super big on social media.
Did he start out on Instagram or YouTube?
Instagram.
Okay.
So when I met Fat Boy, he didn't even have 1 million followers.
Right.
And now
so
Fat
how
Boy
many
has
did he
over
have?
5. Fat Boy had about 645,000.
When you started working?
When I started working with him.
Okay. And he's still a client?
And he's still a client.
Okay. So were you a part of the movie deal?
I was a part of the movie deal. TMZ called me. First off, because I'm gonna get into, I'm gonna tell the Busta story and I'm gonna get into Fat Boy.
Okay.
So Busta Rhymes was trying to figure out how to roll out some new music, some new content. And his team told him like, it's not just about the blogs anymore. You have to 360 this. You know, you have to get on blogs, you have to be out at events, and you have to have influencers really knowing your stuff and engaging in social media with your music.
Okay.
So Fat Boy,
what his management was telling
yeah,
you.
so
Okay.
Fat Boy was and still is one of the most relevant people in that space. I mean, it's kind of bigger than social media at this point because Fat Boy's social media accrues over 1 billion social media impressions a month.
Billion?
Billion. That's
Fat Boy.
more than like
Fat Boy.
every
You get
music media.
Fat Boy, you get them checks? Fat Boy,
Big
you get them
checks.
checks? Big
You
checks.
see how many Fat Boy gang chains he has on? He can barely hold his neck up.
Oh my God.
So he called me and he was like, you know, I want to get him in the studio with Busta. And I was like, let's do it. Like, you know, I want to hear this song, let's do it. He was like, hold on. Patches Busta Rhymes into the phone like, hey, it's Busta Buzz. And I'm going crazy because I'm like, wow, he really sounds like he does on the record. Like, I'm really on the phone with Busta Rhymes. And that's how the beginning of our relationship kicked off.
Right. Which wasn't too long ago.
Which wasn't too long ago. This is like 2017.
Okay.
So he just basically, I introduced him to Fat Boy. This around the same time I introduced him to Fat Boy, I introduced him to Ski Mask the Slump God, who actually told me that Busta Rhymes is the reason he started rapping. So I introduced him to Ski, and from there Busta kind of started confiding in me and like, I want to learn more about the social media space. I know it's not just about, he wanted to be more relevant and understand more how to penetrate the social media space. And he was wise enough to know it's bigger than just me getting somebody to play my song.
Right.
You know, like, hey, how does it look? So for me with Busta, our relationship is really, how do we integrate your music into this space? Not just put it there, throw it there, and see what happens.
Right.
So like we have like an open line system where he'll just call me. One day he'll call me like, hey, you heard that new song I put out with Missy that he put at the top of last year. Who should I put on the remix? But that's what he calls me for. And so
So you were part of that.
Yes. So it's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Just having someone that kind of confides in you and kind of looks at you like, not that you're just a young voice, but you're somebody that understands the core consumer demographic that they don't, and they're not afraid to ask. Not only how to go about it, but can you be a part of this with me?
Right.
And teach me.
Right.
Now, when it comes to Fat Boy, and you're talking about him being an I Got the Hookup, like I said, when I met Fat Boy, he didn't even have 1 million followers. So one day, I was at the office, and I get a call from my boy Michael Ortiz. And Michael works for TMZ. So Michael tells me, yo, Master P is about to do a sequel to I Got the Hookup.
Right.
And for the sequel, instead of just getting actors, he wants to start giving opportunities to people who have a following on social media. He wants the cast to be a largely comprised of social media influencers. And he felt like he wanted to make the announcement through TMZ since we're really big on social media.
Right.
So he was like, before you make the announcement, I wanted to connect you with Master P and his team to get them in your ear. I want them to know, like, you know all those social media influencers. They should reach out to you about those social media influencers. So from there, Michael introduced me to Gwendolyn Priestley. Gwendolyn is the head of publicity for Master P. And then I sent Gwendolyn Fat Boy's information. I sent him Erica Mena. People don't even know Erica's also in that movie as well. And
I remembered her announcing it.
Yeah. But the thing is, no one knows that we got the call about I Got the Hookup too in September 2017. The movie wasn't announced until I feel like August of last year.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think that things happen overnight. Even with social media, they're like, oh, Fat Boy grew up overnight. It's not an overnight thing. It's a process.
It's like a marathon.
I remember
there's no sprinting. It's a marathon.
If you remember, last year, 2017, we had Fat Boy star in all the commercials for the BET Awards. But what no one knows and no one saw is that I was pitching Fat Boy to BET from the last week of January till May.
Right.
And I was begging them just to utilize him for the promo. I wasn't even thinking about them actually inviting him to the show.
Right.
I was getting pushback. I was getting unanswered emails. But I didn't care. I was relentless. I was emailing them every week, like, you don't see this. And then when Nicki Minaj goes on, I'm like, you don't see this. The same people that you're trying to award at the show and nominate want to go to him.
Right.
Last week of May, BET calls me like, we want to utilize Fat Boy for our promos for the BET Awards, and we want to put him on the team for the BET Experience. And make him an ambassador for our award.
Because why? Because he had a good what?
He had a good publicist and he had great content to help me sell him.
Oh yeah, he was so hungry and he had the vision.
Exactly.
He definitely
at the end of the day, I can have all the relationships in the world, and I always have to stress this to people. You gotta help. It's a relationship. I tell people my job is not a marathon; it's a relay. We doing this together. You gotta run a leg, pass me the baton. I gotta run a leg, pass somebody else the baton, and we gotta make sure that we're in formation. If he didn't have the things I needed, we could have never gotten to here.
Right.
But Fat Boy is definitely someone that I know that this is only the beginning. So that's pretty exciting. I'm about to like take a bite of this real quick.
I'm so hungry.
I know you're eating this, and it's like making me so excited.
I'm so hungry.
Even though I kind of feel like I'm gonna eat the kale last.
We have our dessert course, and this is a toffee bread pudding. And this right here is a, I don't know, it's some sort of brulee. I forgot what kind.
They both look really good.
It looks so good. I'm so excited.
It's like it has toasted marshmallows on it, and like, what is that crumbled brown sugar? What is that on top?
It is.
You know a little something. I don't work my way around the kitchen.
You know a little taste. A little sample. So, before we get into the dessert, I wanted to talk briefly about, we've been working a lot with Rock Nation. And who's your client with Rock Nation?
So Rock Nation recently brought me on to work with artist Casanova out of Brooklyn, which honestly, boom, 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 boom. Everybody getting shot. Not today, just kidding.
I think we're coming up with a new slogan.
Yeah, there's a new slogan now.
We don't want none of that.
I'm really excited. So I got a call from Rock Nation. They called me actually on like Martin Luther King Day.
So not that long ago.
Not that long ago.
So Casanova was a really fresh,
super fresh. And they were just like,
what you knew Casanova before?
Yes, I knew Casanova through my business partner. I knew Casanova were friends. That's how originally we were introduced.
Right.
And
he seems pretty cool. He reminds me a lot of Tax Stone.
I mean, Tax Stone is super cool.
Right.
Tab between Tax. So my business partner and Tax Stone are like this, and Tax Stone and Casanova are like this.
Right.
So my business partner told me, like, he introduced me to Cass, and he was like, anything that you could do. He's a new artist. I love his energy. I know him from Brooklyn.
Right.
Anything you could do, just try to throw him some bullets.
Right.
So I remember Tax Stone was home when I first met Cass, and like I brought Casanova brought him to an event, and he was able to perform at the event even though he wasn't on the line. And it was super dope. It was really cool, and I was just like, wow, he's a really big energy. So now fast forward like a whole year and a half later to get a call from his label to work with him, and for them to tell me like, we need a really super aggressive publicist to work with this artist.
Right.
He's dope. He's our priority.
Right.
And we need to make sure people understand not only the music but who he is.
Right.
So I honestly just feel honored because it's like a dream to work with Rock Nation.
Casanova in general seems like a pretty good spirit.
I mean, Casanova's a Scorpio, not a Scorpio. His birthday's the day before mine. So, we got that big boss energy. Like, we naturally understand each other. Like, we understand there is no plan B. You gotta go super hard. We understand that when you walk into a room, it's time to take it away.
Right.
It's our show, and it's great. Like I said to you before, to echo what I said before, as a publicist, you want to have clients that know that they gotta sell themselves. Like, I'm gonna help sell you, but you gotta know you gotta sell yourself. Regardless.
Self-starters are good.
We recently came to Atlanta. We did Super Bowl weekend. We did the Rolling Stone party, Maxim. We did a ton of press. And one of the biggest things that I'm excited about, not only is this project free at last, because the project just focuses, it's a whole different vibe from him.
Okay.
Honestly, you don't even hear boom, boom, boom.
And has that come out?
No. It drops on February 15th.
February 15th.
You don't even hear boom, boom, boom on the entire record.
Okay.
And he called it free at last because when he was recording this project, he had just gotten off of parole. So what a lot of people don't know about Casanova is Casanova's been in and out of jail all his life since he was 13.
Right.
And to some people, it's just like, this is not to make him seem more gangster, it's to make him seem like no one understands that when you're...
Did Casanova do an episode with Tax?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
I feel like that's where I got to more familiar with him. They definitely had rapport. I know Casanova.
Yeah, when Tax Stone was out, this is Tax Stone, this is Cat.
If you don't know who Tax is, you should get your Google.
Yes, you should.
Tax left the blueprint for a lot of you cornies that are trying to,
be somebody.
Podcast, plus the shows he did the pull-up interview with Meek Mill. I ain't gonna say who tried to do another pull-up interview, but you're not Tax. We know where you got that swag and that drip from, and it's never gonna be the same. You ain't him. Free Tax. sorry, it's such a side thing, but I love him. And the streets miss him. And I miss him.
I miss him too.
And they got the power on. They got the power on in the jail. Hopefully they got the heat on up in there.
It is crazy. If I was in New York, I'd be out there. My people are out there.
I want some dessert.
And I'm not even talking about Yancy and them. Like, my people, my regular people are out in Brooklyn protesting. They were out in Brooklyn last night sending it to me.
Right.
I have homegirls locked up in the jail, but let's go back to Casanova. Like, I was just talking about freedom.
Right.
This is a man who's been in and out of jail almost all of his life.
Right.
And once you go in the system you're always in the system. You can't even get in any type of trouble. So going into this project and being off parole, meaning off papers,
right.
This is the first time he's been able to like travel internationally.
Nice.
So he filmed the video to his first single in Lagos, Africa.
Nice.
Because he felt like, I want to see
Lagos
the world.
or Lagos?
Lagos.
Yeah.
You know, my pronunciations. I'm from Brooklyn. They a little whatever. He filmed the video in Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay. Nice.
Not only did he film it in Nigeria, a lot of people don't realize this. That video was shot by a Nigerian director. So for him, it was super authentic to be like, where are my roots? And let me just beat up this world. I don't want to be the boom, boom, boom dude. I want to be like, look, boom, boom, boom. I hit this point, I hit this point, I hit this point. I used to be this, now I'm that. I took this and I turned it into that. And one of the most exciting things that I feel fortunate to do with him is we're about to roll out a whole program around juvenile justice. Okay. And the fact that a lot of young people who get incarcerated or get in trouble with the law until the age of 18 are not only do they not know their rights, they're scared and they end up in terrible situations. There are a lot of poor young people who get locked up that are just sitting in jail for petty crimes and can't bail themselves out $500. I know I didn't have $500 to my name when I was 13, 14, 15. And if you don't grow up in a situation where you have a mother or father that you can just call that might have it, you're just sitting there until it's time for you to
wait. What was that kid's name? That
Khalid Browder.
Rest in peace to that young man.
So
that was tragic.
These are certain messages that are echoed on his project.
Nice.
These are certain messages that we're not only going to echo on his project, but to echo in real life.
Right.
That call that I just had to do in the middle of our interview was with the New York Councilman office. Right now, my team in New York has a meeting with the president of Brooklyn Borough.
Right.
This is not just about a hashtag.
Right.
Because the work starts in the action.
So he's getting into politics.
As much as he doesn't, I mean, for him, he doesn't look at it. He looks at it as, I'm trying to create an impact.
Right.
But yes, we are aligning with the people who want to also create that same change and have become from that.
Are him and Meek cool?
Very cool.
So are they gonna collab on something? Meek's really into that. Meek's into justice reform, not.
Well, Meek's focus is justice. Casanova, being that he dealt with it so young, he was like, I want to figure out how to help the kids.
Right.
It's not just about juvenile justice.
But wait,
I don't
so when you say so young, how old was Casanova when you first went in? The first time?
The first time, like 13, but he's been running from the police since like 10, 11 years old, getting into little things. But for him, it's like it's not only about reforming the justice. You gotta think it's a lot of different layers. There's not extracurricular programs like that in poor neighborhoods. There aren't, the schools are overcrowded, so for us it's not just about, okay, let's help you figure out how to get you out of jail. It's how do we make sure that you never get there?
Right.
So I'm not going to give everything away, but those are the things that we're trying to really push and get out there over the course of this year. And that for me makes me feel like we're doing our job right. Like those are the type of clients we want to work with. It's not about just having a hot artist. I want to know that we have people that create impact. That's good.
Yeah. That's really good. I'm excited to see how that all plays out, especially for Casanova. Like I said,
I'm excited to see. I've never done this before.
If you're good with tax, for the most part, you're good with me because it's not easy to be good with tax. Tax is not an easy guy.
No, I know he's not. No, he definitely does. I'm I'm saying really
No,
because
I mean like he
definitely doesn't like everybody.
That means like you're must be a dope person.
And you know why I say really? Because everyone says that.
What?
And I feel like since the day, the first time I met Tex, our energy was like this. That when it's like other people that be like, oh, I don't like Tex, and he's funny, or like, I'm like,
a lot of people don't understand it.
but a lot of people aren't real with themselves.
Well, a lot of people don't want to understand it.
But the thing is, it's not even about understanding him. Once you're real with yourself and accountable for yourself, and you're honest with yourself, it makes it easier to take in other people's point of view and opinions and start researching things to see what's real and what's not.
Right.
When you don't want to be honest with yourself, when you want to live in a bubble, you're going to want to get away from anything that doesn't go with the bullshit logic you told yourself to be okay with who you think you are at night. I tell people all the time, I'm like, a lot of people walk around starving, and they don't even know they're starving because they believe whatever it is that was spoon-fed to them.
Right.
So you gotta understand, I'm not gonna mesh with those people. We're not those people. We feed ourselves.
Right. Hello. I definitely feed myself. So, okay, so.
Girl, this is definitely not what my trainer would want me to be eating. This tastes like I just drink sugar. I can't eat no more of that. They're both really sweet.
I don't eat sugar anymore in my diet, so it's like my brain is going,
Well, right now you do. She just had that good, first off, she just had a good workout where she probably just burns off all the calories she's consuming.
Whereas I good workout with my full beat face.
Wait,
she says,
wait.
Whereas stupid.
I have not been to the gym in like a good 10 days. So there is no reason I should be eating anything. Okay? But it's good though, it's real good.
Hustle in Brooklyn came about how?
Okay, so one of my girlfriends, she is a casting director.
Okay.
And her production company had basically sold a show to BET Networks called Hustle in Brooklyn.
Right.
So she called me and she was like, Alicia, there's this new show I'm gonna put you on to. It's called Hustle in Brooklyn. And before she even finished, I'm like, yo, Beata, I'm not casting for any more shows. So what y'all don't know is before I became a publicist, I did a couple casting tapes. I made the top 10 for Bad Girls Club. Never went on the show. I've gotten approached by different people that love hip hop, and I turned it down. So I thought this was another thing, like them trying to get me on reality TV, and I'm like, nah, I'm past that. I realized like my expertise is behind the scenes. Like I make stars. That's not me. Like girls like me are not on TV. Girls like there's a certain place for her. And she basically tells me, no. That's why I'm calling you. The show is sort of based around Brooklyn, and being that our production company is based in LA, I want to ensure that we have a really authentic cast to New York. I know you know everyone. Help us cast the show. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna get a check to pass the show. Like, we could have turned that down.
Right.
So they started me off with the Google Docs, put me on with the whole casting team, and I started going to work, putting different people I thought that would be good for the show. One of the people that I actually submit for the show, who made the show, is Baggy Large. As about 2 weeks into casting, it was 2 weeks into casting when Beata called me and she goes, hey Alicia, the people you've been sending have been pretty good, but we're still missing something. Do you mind getting on Skype with us so that you can we're just gonna ask you a few questions, let's just see how that goes. I'm like, whatever, let me tickle their fancy. When they originally scheduled the appointment, I didn't even have my wig on. Like, she called me 30 minutes. She was like, I'm about to Skype you in 30 minutes. I was like, oh shit, I forgot that our casting interview was today. We can still do it, but my wig isn't on. I said, but I feel like that's real. Because, when I be at home working, as soon as the wig comes off.
Right.
And she was like, nah, we need you at your best. Right. Let's do it tomorrow. I did the casting with her the next day on Skype. And literally within 24 hours, she texted me, she said, BET loves you, and you have a lot of clients that they're already familiar with that they would love to like utilize in the storyline.
Right.
And that's basically how I became on Hustle in Brooklyn.
Got you a spot.
That shit was just like, I never thought I was gonna be on TV. I never expected it. I'm not gonna say I didn't want it at first, but I was open to the opportunity. And not for nothing, I was okay with being on a reality show that was showcasing me for being me. Like, I never wanted to be on a reality show as Alicia as so-and-so's publicist, or Alicia as so-and-so this. But I can be Alicia who owns this, and you can see what Alicia's world is like.
Right.
So that's how I got on Hustle in Brooklyn. And now you guys kind of get to see how I'm taking over the world like day by day.
And how would you say your experience has been with reality television? Do you like it?
Honestly, it's different. I wouldn't say I don't like it because I wouldn't want to block any blessings to come. I would say it's different than anything that I've ever done before.
Right.
And there are a lot of things you have to know going into it. One, you got to know yourself.
Right.
I definitely know myself, so it was a lot different when you deal with other personalities on TV. I think that was my biggest challenge.
Right.
Not me being on TV, me seeing how people act when the cameras are off versus how when the cameras are on. Because a lot of people think they need to act a certain way once the camera turns on, and I didn't understand that.
Right.
Because I'm how I am, cameras off or not.
Right.
So that was one of the biggest things that was like, I can't say I didn't like it. I don't like that people act differently depending on what's happening.
Right.
But I can't say I didn't like the experience.
Transparent.
Exactly. I can't say I didn't like the experience, but at the end of the day, there were opportunities that did come with the experience.
Right.
There are people that know, like, no, she's really legit. The things that I was doing on Hustle and Brooklyn, I was doing 100 times more than that in real life.
Right.
And at the end of the day, by them putting that spotlight on me, now that the show has already been out, now people have to come kind of fact check.
Right.
There are people on there who say they're the plug, they're this, they're that. People who are music executives, now you can really see. Now you can really see who's really putting in the work.
Right.
They said this is this, but who's really doing it? So that's what's the most exciting to me. Like, I was on this show, regardless about how I felt about on this show. This is who I am.
Right. Right. Okay, so as a publicist, what are 3 things you should let future publicists, aspiring publicists know?
Know your audience and who you want to cater to. One of the big ones. That's number 1. I would say number 2 is develop relationships within that space. A placement is just a placement. It's going to stay wherever you placed it at. So if your client is all over the media on Monday, by Wednesday, no one's going to care. So you got to figure out an integration strategy so you can, at the end of the day, keep your job.
Okay.
And then at the third piece of advice, and this goes for everyone, not just publicists, love what you do so you can become a master at your craft. Yeah. I'm going to say that again because this little cocktail going to mess me up. Love what you do so you can become a master at your craft. When you love what you do, you always want to do more. You want to learn more. You want to research more. It's just like a hunger. Right. So that's the biggest thing. You got to love it. If you don't love it, leave it.
Passion's important.
Yeah. Thank you for taking me out and dining with me.
Well, thank you, Chefies, for tuning in and chopping it up with Alicia Gooding. And if you don't know, you can follow her right below. That's her app. Follow her on Instagram. Keep up with, maybe it's another season of Hustle in Brooklyn, but
maybe it's just me.
But it's definitely all about the Publicist A&R game.